Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to yet another episode of The Gist with Josh. I am your host, as always, Josh. And I got a fine show for you today. We are on the 10th episode. If you know anything about the 10th of anything, you would know that's when God starts watching. We have passed a milestone. When I started this project, I never thought I would come this far. I never thought, I'd have 10 videos worth of intellectual discussion. But here we are. It's unbelievable. I feel like we just got to take a moment and appreciate it. I got to appreciate it. And I got to say thank you. Thank you if you've taken the time to, enjoy this content and become enlightened, for trying to make yourself better by watching me. And thank you. We're doing great work here. And I'm just glad to have you here. All right? So without further ado, allow me to introduce you to the 10th episode of The Gist with Josh. All right, and I want to put in a little disclaimer here. I want to make a little disclamation because I feel like it's necessary. I don't know what's going on with the world, okay? They banned Andrew Tate, okay? My boy, my man, my hero, literally my man on Mount Olympus. They took him out. They put him in the slammer. He can't speak his truth. So let it be known in this disclaimer that everything that I say on this show is to be taken as a joke. It's all to a comedic effect. It's sarcasm at best. I'm literally retarded. I probably have an IQ of 90 if I'm lucky, okay? Take everything I say with a grain of salt. None of it matters. If you're taking this seriously, it means you're stupider than me, okay? And if you're stupider than me, you're not going to survive, okay? You're not going to survive the next phase. That'll be it for you. So you're going to have to swallow that. You're going to have to swallow that and accept that, I can say whatever the fuck I want and it's none of your problem. Because at the end of the day, I came here to do two things. I'm here like I've been for 10 episodes. Like I've been sitting in this chair, dispensing this wisdom. And I really only came here to do two things. And that's to sit here, drink my sugary beverage, and run my mouth. All right? And I'm all out of sugary beverage. So, with that, the only person who can change me is me, and the only person who can change you is you. All right? I bet if we were in heaven, okay, I bet you if we died and went to heaven, we get to meet God, we get to the golden pearly gates, everyone's driving around cloud Lambos. I'm pretty sure in heaven, everyone can say whatever they want, and I'm sure God protects everyone so that they can speak their truth. I'm sure it's a place of free speech. So why don't we aspire? Why don't we, laugh at bullshit, not take stuff so seriously, and understand at the end of the all day, we're all just gamer girls and guys looking to have a good time, trying to have fun, trying to play the meta, trying to survive in this new dystopian environment. The government is trying to subvert us, okay? And I've been thinking a little bit about this, guys. I've been thinking a lot about this, okay? To kind of put it simply, the government is subverting us using marijuana, okay? If you're one of these, if you've been smoking marijuana the past 3 years, or if you've been smoking marijuana before that, you would know at some point, I think it was 2017, when they came through with the legalization of weed, it went from like nobody smoking weed to like everybody smoking weed. I remember when I was like, I don't know, middle school, and no, it wasn't just like, oh, like you didn't see it. No. Like I would have fucking seen it if they were smoking it like they do now. Like, I mean, if you're anything like the class of me and my friends and people we know, I mean, we'll smoke on porches, at a party, in front of kids. They can smell marijuana. It's just become so normalized. Everyone's smoking pot. Everyone's getting high. It's like everyone's getting high constantly. People are just getting stoned out of their minds. And it's not even just weed anymore. It's like oil. You know, they're smoking, like, it's not even hash anymore. It's pretty much THC oil. Like, they're literally growing the plants and, like, sucking the juices out of them like China does with their fucking organ babies. And they're just pumping them into us to, like, just try and calm us down, because there's just so much shit that's triggering. There's so much coming at you a mile away. You got the fucking, oh, we're going to, you know, cancel your ability to go outside. Oh, you know, we want to, stop the spread. You're going to have to wear masks. Okay. You know, we're thinking of getting rid of gender. You know, you're probably, holding on to a lot of these beliefs, and it's probably just better just to get really, really stoned, to get very inebriated, turn off your brain for the next 5 years. That's basically the attitude I see in the common person. I just see everyone smoking fucking weed, and myself included, and I'm the big, and I mean, at least I can get on the mic and talk shit for an hour, but at the end of the day, it's just, we're all zombified. We're not real people. It's fucking weird. We're all like in our own little zombie worlds, and none of us are paying attention to shit. It's like the unholy combination, weed and marijuana. Like, those two things right there. You don't need real life if you have those two things. You don't need real life. You could just exist in the weedosphere and just game online on Discord. And that's like that's the genesis of the Discord mod. Truly, that's the genesis of the Discord mod archetype. He's a kid coming from a single mother family. You know, he's got no fatherly advice or influences, and he just kind of retreats into video games. And these guys get fat. They can't socialize. I was like half one of these kids. I'm like a hybrid. I'm still one of these kids. I'll be completely fucking honest with you. I'm like a hybrid model, okay? So I can kind of see it from both perspectives. I can see it from the zombified weedosphere perspective, but I can also see it from the I want to live an effective life. I want to build myself past, poverty. I want to attain things. I want to raise a family. I want to be strong. I want to make my body as strong as possible. I'm also coming at from that side of things. So I feel like I'm in a unique position. I feel like I'm in a unique position to discuss this, because we could truly put an end to this tomorrow. I mean, if it's got to be something. I mean, if you got to have your vices. I mean, why has it got to be weed? I mean, you guys like coke. You guys have been doing more coke. Everyone's been doing more coke. I've never done coke before. I'm afraid that if I did coke, I would like it too much. So I don't know. Maybe instead of sitting around smoking weed all the time, we could smoke some crack, and talk about the real issues that are eluding us, and we could just really think about it and fester in our dark corners while we're all, making $20 an hour, not living in houses, getting angrier and angrier at the government. I mean, I'm no Winston Churchill, okay? I'm no great political activist, okay? But I'm just saying, if we put down the marijuana and picked up the crack, we could have a legion of crackheads ready to descend on Parliament by fucking a couple months, probably. Round them all up. Be kind of hard. You'd have to round them all up. You'd have to get like a cowboy, like, to run around and like with a lasso, like, so they don't get away, and like, hey, get over here, keep them all together, and just kind of like funnel them into like Ottawa and just go, like, and then get the truckers to team up with them, and then you can have the truckers, the Crackhead Alliance. Dude, why aren't people in poverty and truckers like working together? Why aren't the complete fucking meth addicts working together with the truckers to overthrow this? Anyways, I don't want to get too much into crazy shit. Okay, I don't want to lose my ability to speak freely. Okay, I mean, I don't want to lose my right here. I mean, I don't want to say anything too crazy or not funny and bother anybody, and I don't know, get kicked off the internet, and so I'll leave it at that. But I'm just saying, maybe we should lay off the pot. Maybe we should try something else. Smoke a cigarette like a man, okay? Smoke a cigarette like a man. Cigarettes are cool, all right? They've been telling you, your single mother has been telling you that cigarettes aren't cool. Cigarettes are very cool. Don't be mistaken, okay? If you're too afraid to smoke a cigarette, you're a bitch, all right? If you can't smoke a cigarette, then I can't even look at you in the eye. All right. So, in saying that, I can look at you in the eye if you don't want to do the crack. I mean, come on, that's not for the faint of heart. You know, we can't all be Ubermen, okay? But honestly, it's not looking good for us. We're just getting backed up into this corner, and it's becoming a little tight. It's becoming hard to breathe, some might say. You got a weird corporate, like massive corporate structure where, you know, they control like 99.999% of wealth. And, you know, now they're hiring everybody. And, you know, I heard this story. I was reading this story about, and this is in the States, but this is happening all over the States. It's happening over Canada, too. And this was just a story I happened to hear. And I wasn't going to go find a fucking Canadian relevant story. But essentially, this corporation, this real estate corporation, they went ahead and bought a trailer park in Florida. The last affordable trailer park in California. It's the last affordable trailer park in California, or San Diego, or whatever the fuck it's called. Beautiful trailer park, last affordable one. And this company, what they did was, this big corporation went in and bought it. And now you got all these like poor hillbilly fucks living on their trailers in California, somewheres. And now apparently they're complaining because this corporation came in, bought the lot for like $1 million. Like bought the entire park for like $1 million. Like $1 million's nothing. Like I know, like if you know, like $1 million's not that much. Like Andrew Tate has like $60 million. Okay, he could have did this. All right, they go into this park, they buy it for $1 million, and then they start jacking up everyone's lot. They can't, you know, you can't touch people's rent because it's technically they own their trailer, but everyone in a trailer park pays a lot fee. So they go up, this corporation buys it for $1 million. They go in and they jack up the lot fees from $1,000 to $4,000, and all these people are like, "What the fuck?" Could you imagine if you were like chilling, right? Like living your life, barely getting by. Maybe you have like $100 left over after all your bills. Maybe $200 left over after all your bills. Maybe 300, 400, 500. You ain't gonna have too much than that. If you're 80% of people, 60, 70% of people, you're not gonna have much more than $1,000 left over after your paycheck. And then somebody comes along and does something asinine. Well, I'm asinine within their prerogative. I mean, they're a profitable corporation. It's their due diligence to go and make all kinds of money. That's what they do for the shareholders. That's how business works. That's why America's the greatest country on the fucking earth and Canada sucks. And we should become more like them. But on that same piece of note, we are coming into the issue where these corporations are getting so big, so powerful, these real estate corporations, that they're just going in, buying up poor communities and changing the ability for the people that live in those communities to live there by increasing these price cost factors. And I think that's really interesting. You know, we're essentially getting bought up and jacked up and jacked out and kicked out. You know, and that's what's happening with these people in these trailer parks. They can't pay the lot fees, so maybe they can't pay it for 2 months. All right, well, you're used to paying $1,000. Well, now for 2 months you couldn't pay your $4,000 lot fee. You now owe $8,000. Instead of paying that $8,000, you're just going to sign over your trailer, give up the lot, and now your debt's wiped away, but you no longer have a home. And that's the deal that these guys are getting. And I think that's really symbolic, like beyond whatever that situation is, because that's going on everywhere. But I think it's really symbolic. I think people are getting bought up by these big ass corporations that aren't even made of real people. They're made of like the weirdest, simpiest woman, like the cuntiest woman you could ever imagine. It's like 500 cunty women stacked in a trench coat, and they're just doing cunty shit to make money. That's like behind these organizations, and like good for them. They're making money, and the function's going. But I almost like, what if we broke up some of these monopolies and just let competition take place in a more natural sense? Like what if it was easier for a guy like me, old JT, to compete with the bigger guys? I mean, it's getting to the point where these businesses are so fucking huge, man. They are so big. You couldn't compete with them if you had 100 freaking children slaves. Like if you just started having kids like the Mormons and getting them to work on your farm, and then you started like Elon Musk and like just prototyping rockets and shit. It's getting to the point now where you couldn't catch up with these guys. It's getting to the point where no matter what, you can't win. And I mean, like, that's the whole shtick of America. Like, you can be anybody. You can come from anything and rise up. That's the whole point. It's economic mobility. It's becoming less like that and more like it was in the medieval times, like in the dark ages, where you had a fucking king and you had a duke, and the duke is Bill Gates because he has the organization that funds all the health research. And if Archbishop Zuckerberg is the bishop because he runs the cathedral, and which is Facebook. And then you have the king of the fucking you have the monarch, which is whoever owns the biggest bank or credit company, or whoever controls the interest rates, which is the federal government in the United States and in Canada. And but if the people who make those decisions of where the interest rate should be are being paid off by people behind these big companies, which they 100% are, you got the people working for these companies are in government, right? The people in the government go to work for these companies after. They're trading back and forth. There's no oversight over that. So it's basically become a symbiotic relationship to fuck over 80% of people. It's like we're getting ran over. It's like we're getting ran over by like a small group of spiteful, cunty people. These people are nerdy. They don't know about love. They don't know about life. They put on a gay ass little suit. They look the same every day. They don't know about no watermelon perp drink fucking. They don't know about no marijuana video gaming on Sunday. They don't play like that. They go to fucking work every day and they suck cock. They get on their fucking knees and they suck dick. That's their job. If they don't suck dick, do you know what happens? You don't suck the dick, you get fired, and they find someone who will suck dick, because that's what it is. It's a big dick sucking pyramid, okay? And it's so much bigger than everyone else. And anyone who doesn't want to suck dick is now getting sucked into the dick sucking. So now it's just a big ring around the dick suck. It's the circle of dicks. And, some of us want to get the taste of cock out of our mouths, but it's impossible. If you want to survive, you're going to have to get used to it. And, that's just special. That's special that technology has made it a lot easier for that to happen. It's real special that on top of the fact that these organizations are so big, they have an incredibly disproportionate amount of negotiating power with the little guy. They're basically have zero overhead. Like, they have no expenses. Like these organizations, like Google runs out of one building in one place. It's not like Exxon Valdez, where they have like fucking big warships transferring oil with turrets on the side. That, it's like this tiny little person. It's like one person. Like, so much power is being centralized through one motherfucker, and he's just like, basically, like, I don't know, who's that? Mark Zuckerberg. He's a weird motherfucker, dude. He's I don't know if I want that one guy, that one weird pale skin dude who probably doesn't even have a nice dick. I don't even want to suck. He's probably got a limp dick. How am I going to suck a limp dick? That's going to suck. I'm going to kill myself. I don't want to sit around sucking limp dicks. Like, I want to at least suck a strong dick. Like, I want to suck a good dick. I don't want to suck that Rothschild dick. It's getting to the point now where if a retard was to say the word retarded, he would probably get shat on by some fucking feminist chick. He'd probably go like, "Oh, that's retarded," and then she'd go, "Excuse me, did you just really say that? That is so insensitive." And then he's gonna go, "Oh, I'm sorry, I actually am retarded." And then she's gonna be like, and then he's gonna be like, "What the fuck? That's worked my entire life. Literally, I've had the retard pass my entire life. There wasn't shit I couldn't get away with I'm a retard. Like, what do you want me to do?" They're coming after the little guy. They're coming after the little guy. And we're at the point now where if we got all the little guys, if we got every single little guy, if we got all of them and mixed them up and put them together, they couldn't even overwhelm. Even if we all worked together, we probably couldn't overwhelm that shit. And it doesn't help that we have a weird little square with us constantly telling us not to do that. And not to mention a bunch of mindless zombies that have willingly converted themselves into henchmen for these, oligarchs. They're going around shitting on people like Andrew Tate, shitting on people that speak freely, people that just want to make jokes, people that just say crazy shit, that just believe in, being young, wild, and free. And these zombie like people are just hating on them, trying to bring them down instead of, loving life and coming together. Like, they're making themselves minions. It's like it's like we're being ruled over by these limp dick criminals, and their minions are just fucking laughing at us, and they're just poking and prodding, and it's like they're not even real people anymore. It's like they've given up their soul so that they could take on some kind of demon energy where they can just not have to feel the apathetic fires that are burning their ass. I hate it. All right? And I hate it. And you know who we can blame for it? We can blame women, okay? It's these, like I said, it's the feminists. It's the feminists that started all this shit. That's who we should be looking at. That's who we need to take care of, okay? It's these feminists, okay? It's these women who think that they're independent from men. It's these women who think that they're boss bitches, that they have, you know, something, they think that their little journey, wearing makeup, getting laid, going and drinking at the bar, they think that's more important than, or maybe it's not that they don't think it's more important, maybe it's that they don't even see the bigger picture because their aperture is just so narrowed down. Maybe it's the media that's doing that, but maybe that's like what God was talking about in the Bible with Adam and Eve when he said, you know, woman was from man. Maybe when you take a rib from a motherfucker and make a whole other person out of it, you know, you're going to get a couple of, you're going to have some defects, you know, you're going to have a fragile human being, you know, you got to, you know, and that's not a bad thing. I mean, in the Bible, you know, Eve was created for Adam. It was a match made in heaven, literally. They were meant to be there for one another, to enjoy the fruits of God's paradise that he's set before them. And we all know how that story went. So maybe we should take a hint. Maybe we need to go back. Maybe we need to read our Bibles. Maybe we need to do the Lord's Prayer. Get together with your friends. Do the Lord's Prayer. Get together with your girlfriends and do the Lord's Prayer. You know, if she starts shaking and convulsing, then she's not a real woman. She's a demon. And you are dating a demon. Which is good to know for you. All right? And it's getting to the point now with all this Meg the Stallion shit, with all this, like, you know, ushy, gushy, my pussy's so gushy, ushy, and all this, like, wet pussy symbolism. It's starting to gross me the fuck out. Like, it's literally making me, like, gross, man, and you can't get away from it. It's like every time you open Snapchat, you go over to that side of the thing, and it's just gross. It's just females acting gross, and there's dudes acting gross too, don't get me wrong, but the woman, it's like they're always trying to look sexy. Like, even when they're being gross, it's about how sexy they are. And then on Instagram, it's like everyone wants to be an influencer. It's like the female CEO is no longer a female CEO. She's an OnlyFans girl. That's like the pinnacle. It's like an influencer for a woman isn't really influencing anybody. It's just showing her body and influencing people to click like on the picture. It's not fucking rocket science. And then we put that up on a big pedestal, and we're like, oh, that's the one. We need that. And that's what us guys, maybe not, but these blue-pilled fucking Discord mods are, and these women that have no respect. These women that have no respect, that's what they're saying. They're putting that up on a pedestal. They can't see the bigger picture. And they're just throwing everything else into the fire. Throwing everything else into those apathetic fires. And it's getting gross. It's grossing me out. Like, I can't even, like, I have no patience for a disrespectful woman anymore. I used to be very, very patient. I have gifted an ungodly amount of patience to the woman in my life. And it's been fucking trampled over. It's been treated like a joke. It's been treated like, you know, it's not serious. Like, they're playing a little game, and I'm playing real life, and I know God, and I know, like, I want to go to heaven when I die, but they're playing like Tamagotchi life on their fucking, they're like walking around picking out outfits and like spending their money on stupid shit instead of trying to build a future for their children. And it's disgusting me. And I can't even go on Pornhub anymore. I can't even go. I haven't watched porn in probably 2 fucking weeks. All right? Because of how disgusted I am with the fucking image of femininity. Call me Encelibus Primus, okay? Call me fucking patient zero, okay? I'm admitting it right now. Like, I don't want nothing to do with it. I think I could go the rest of my life without having sex. I don't need it. It doesn't feel like, maybe when I was 18 or something, like, I felt it. Like, it was like a pain. It wasn't painful, but there was like a orgasmic swelling. I just touched that was weird. Anyways, it was like a orgasmic swelling inside of me that was like, I need to fuck. I need it. Like, I was ready to just tackle a bitch. You know what I mean? And it's not like that anymore. It's just not. I don't know what it is. It's maybe I'm a little bit older. I don't feel the need to make myself a beholden idiot. I don't feel the need to make myself stupid or act like a retard just so I can trick some dumb bitch into sucking my dick, which, it's not fucking hard. It's the easiest thing in the world. Buy them stuff. Fucking tell them they're pretty. Oh my gosh, and then they'll keep coming. Like it's like it's same relationship you have with a stray cat you're befriending. It's fucking. There's no substance to it. There's no depth. They don't care about God. They don't care about the universe. They don't care about. And maybe that's not all these women. I'm really out here shitting on everybody. I'm really out in here just laying it heavy. Maybe there's some good girls out there. Maybe there's some based and red-pilled girls that, believe in the Trinity, that want to find, they want to raise families. They want to live a life together. They want to build a haven for the ones they love. Maybe there's maybe that's 10% of women. Maybe not though. Not from what I've seen. Like if you're a chick and if you're actually a chick that can hear this message, and I guess I do have a female viewership, which is actually substantial. It's like 25%. If you are a female and you are listening to this, get your hose under control. Like, get your girl, all right? Reel her in. She needs a head check. Okay? Anyways, and it's getting weird. It's like the more guys become, they go their own way. It's more, you can see it. It's like the woman, they're not cluing in. They're not like saying, oh, well, maybe we shouldn't, be acting like cunts. It's almost like it's accentuating that type of behavior. It's like they want to fight. They want us to do they want us to fight them? Like literally, because that's what it seems like. You're talking to some of these girls. You'll go to the bar and you'll talk to some girl, and then she'll be trying to get you to hit on her when she has her boyfriend right there, so that she can see you do a thing over her. So it's like her ego. It's like what's gonna happen when they're not fucking getting any of that bullshit, when we stop putting up with that? What are they gonna, they're not gonna be able to feed off that kind of energy. And you can see that. You see these women, you see these fat girls that are going around saying, oh, the men aren't shit, this and that. They're just taking tantrums. They're lashing out. You're literally seeing a grown woman go out in public and have these public freakouts because they're not getting their way, because they've become so lost. They've become so deprived of the guidance of men that they're essentially becoming fucking goblins. They're becoming primal sub-creatures. And it's fucking sad, man. It's sad because I had beautiful women in my life, beautiful matriarchs that could rule a kingdom. Queens, real queens, not this fake bullshit you see on Instagram. My grandmother, my nanu, she was a woman that established an order. She established, her and my grandfather, my papa, they established a kingdom. They created, I remember I was sitting at my, we had a family reunion, or it was an anniversary for them at one point. I was sitting around, I was just thinking oh my God, the whole family was there. And I was like, all of these people came from this one woman. All of these people, literally a horde of people, a tribe of people. Enough people that you could invade a small town, okay? Because of this one woman and her love. And she had undying love, okay? I was the newest of the bunch, and I received an undying love for life through her transferal, through her care, through her focus, through her sacrifice as a woman. Okay, so don't tell me that I don't respect women, or I don't have a heart, because that couldn't be any further from the truth. I love the women that have proved themselves worth loving in my life more dearly than anything. I would die for those women, okay, as a man. But you're never going to get to see that because you want to be cool. You want to play Sex in the City. You think that Golden Girls is going to be your future, and we'll see how that works out for you. All right. I don't know how long we're going to get away with this, gentlemen. I don't know how long we're going to get away with being based and red-pilled and speaking freely like I am here. I don't know how much longer it's going to go on for, because the powers that be, the government, they're canceling us. They're nobody can have a voice. Nobody that has, nobody that's speaking truth is allowed to have a voice because it has too much of an impact. and the message, the truth of the world just keeps on getting further pushed down and down, and the bullshit just keeps rising up and becoming more powerful. And I feel like they're gonna come for our fucking souls. I feel like they're gonna wire us in. I feel like we're gonna exist on the grid, and we're gonna have brain implants that fucking tell us how to think, feel, what to say, do. We're gonna have zero autonomy in this world that they're creating, because that's the hell that's fucking being created. Make no mistake. Make no mistake. You need to comply. That's what they want. They want you to comply. You need to comply. You need to be compliant. You need to be compliant. You need to stop resisting. Otherwise, you will be removed from the program. You must comply. 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 Sounds kind of like come fly. What a weird word. Comply. Come. Come on my face. Come on my ply. Come fly. Come fly with me. Instead of complying, how about you come flying? All right? Come flying with your God, with your Lord, your Savior. Tonight, after you hear this, I want you to pray to God, all right? And I want you to send a message on that ultralight beam. And I want you to send them, and I want you to say something truthful. I want you to say the most truthful thing you ever fucking thought of. I want you to send it right to God, all right? I think if we all do it if we all do that, if we get really good at it, maybe we can like re-summon God. Maybe we can like summon the second coming. We can literally, it's like a channel spell. We can channel in Jesus to come in, freaking cut up these feminists. Well, this has been a fun episode. I'm glad I got to say a lot of fun things. I hope you had fun hearing it. And I hope, you feel inspired to speak in a way that is truthful to you, but also fun. And I hope you have a cool weekend. Enjoy it. Enjoy every last minute of whatever you can get. Know that God is great. No matter what, good wins. Even though might seem like it's not. That's the whole point. You want a good story. You don't want good just to go and stomp evil. If we just like went up, stomped the shit out of them, if it was easy, it wouldn't be cool. You know what was cool? What the truckers did in Canada when they descended on Parliament and they sent a message to the world. That was the coolest thing I've seen all year. That's Canadian. You want to know what it means to be a Canadian? Those truckers know what it means to be Canadian. I think every Canadian should go on a pilgrimage. Like the truckers did. As a part of being a Canadian. I think that Justin Trudeau is a total fucking faggot. And with that, I'll end this episode. This has been the 10th episode of the Just with Josh. Hopefully the best episode. Well, I don't know. We've put out some good stuff. Thank you so much. And Godspeed.